All right, so it's morning workout time. I'm doing something new. I've got 4 weeks till our next trip, and I only want to run a 4-week program, so I'm going old school with the Dorian Yates style, one big bad set per exercise with a few 70% warm-up sets. So I'm looking forward to it. Definitely different than InstaShred, different than anything I've done in a while. Very low volume compared to a lot of programs we see these days. Oh, she's brand new. Going rocking with the stim-free pre-workout today. So we're gonna do that. And I'm gonna take us along for my first workout. 4 weeks of mass, Dorian Yates, 4 weeks of mass. Everyone wants mass, so why not call it 4 weeks of mass? I made that up. I don't think it's actually called that, but I'm gonna suck down this stim-free pre-workout, help with the vasodilation, a little bit of pump, and we're gonna go get to it and start a new program that we're running for just 4 weeks, baby. Let's get it. All right, out the door. Here we go. Sciatica can be a bitch. Oh, haven't brought a camera in a car in a hot minute. Kudos to Sam for doing it so easily. Okay, so this program I got really excited about last minute. Like, I wasn't expecting to like such a program. I don't know, coming from InstaShred and just the volume, the pump, I feel like this requires so much more attentiveness and focus because you get one set per exercise. That's it. So Dorian Yates obviously did something right. You can't compare him to most people because he was one of the best bodybuilders in the world, which means he has a lot more capabilities than most people, if you know what I'm saying. But still, his programming is legit. I've done this twice before, years and years ago. But I'm looking forward to just doing something a little different, you know. I think today is, don't quote me, but like 7 total exercises, which means, and so today, that's what I'm gonna have to do, is just put my focus and intent into each set and make the most out of the 7 total working sets that I'm doing. It means, dude, if you wanna get the best bang for the buck out of a workout with only 7 total exercises, 1 set a piece, 1 working set a piece, then you've got to really put your all into each set. It's mind-boggling, but I think the challenge for me as a fitness coach too is, can you maximize hypertrophy in just 7 working sets? And to Dorian's point, you can. So I've done it before, I'm going to do it again, but it's so different than hammering out like 28 working sets, which I think is average for a lot of programs to do 28 total working sets in a workout. You know, you pick 5 exercises, 3 to 4 sets a piece. I mean, that adds up. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Okay, 20 working sets. Minimum is what most workout programs have, and today is gonna be a fraction of that, less than half. So we'll get in there and get to it, but we'll see how hard we can. Whoa! Note for next time to bring a car mount for the vet, because setting the camera on the ground doesn't exactly work if you put more than 2 inches into the gas pedal.
Why not come in and risk getting everybody else sick?
Oh man.
Oh. Cheeseburgers.
Yeah, right?
Hungrier than we do.
Yeah.
But,
Nor would you want to. You can have a cheeseburger when you come home.
Yeah. That's what happened.
No. So the starting movement today is the dumbbell shoulder press. And what's interesting is that Dorian always used his first set or 2 sets or warm-ups, whichever you want to call them. I don't know which you technically call them, with like 50 to 70% of the weight that you use for the 1 working set. So the set is 8 to 10 reps. He always went heavy. He always went like 6 to 10 reps. I shouldn't say always, but like that was the Dorian Yates way, was low rep. So for 8 to 10 reps, I'm gonna try and use, gosh, I don't even know, for 1 set, maybe I'll grab the 70s or 75s. I'll probably grab 70s just to play it safe, really focus on the squeeze and go nice and slow. And so I just did my first warm up with 30. So That's a little less than 50%, so I'm gonna grab like the 50s here and do a set of 10, and then I'll take a little rest and just hit the 70s for a set of 8 to 10. I haven't done dumbbell shoulder press in a few weeks, so we'll see how that goes. All right, warm-up set of 10, here we go. I like to open my fingers at the top just to really get the best squeeze on the shoulders and not grip too hard, you know? Ooh. All right, that felt good. I do love the shoulder press, though. This is like one of my all-time favorite movements, probably because shoulders are a big strength of mine, so I always do fairly well with shoulders. So I think a little bit of the ego comes out in me, and I'm like, ooh, I enjoy the shoulder press. So this will be fun. I'll rock the 70s. I think I'll get a clean 8 to 10, and we'll see how it feels. The shoulder press too, I always just feel like the movement goes so smoothly. You know, I'm always able to really press from my palms, keep the wrists right above the elbows, and just when I push from the palm and I don't squeeze too hard, there's just so much emphasis on the shoulder all the way from the 90-degree angle all the way to the top, the peak. Where's that good squeeze right at the top of the movement? I love everything about it. So, all right, let's get to the working set. Ooh, this is the only set of dumbbells you can't see that are rogue. They're like big octagon shaped, and everything else is round. All right, let's get it. 8 to 10 reps. I'm going for 10 for sure. I can hit 10, no doubt. Oh. Fucking perfect. Shit felt good. Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, you have... Yeah. All the information nowadays is going to be regurgitated. I mean, we've talked about that before.
We don't think about that either.
No, right, because we're in a different bracket. You've been doing this for how long? Not that we're elitists, but like we surround ourselves with this shit every day. We follow people in the fitness industry. We're learning at a whole new level than a person that hasn't done anything with fitness. And so the basic information that we're regurgitating is extremely valuable. You know, how many freaking babies are born every day? You know, there's new people coming into the world all the time, but after being in this industry for a decade or so, we feel like fools if we're not coming up with something new and exciting to share. Yeah, I've done that so many times where it's like, oh, that isn't interesting enough. But then you almost realize, oh, I'm like doing the whole imposter syndrome thing right now because I shit on fad diets and the latest and greatest thing that the news is always sharing. But in a way, I'm trying to look for new ways to put a spin on my content when I'm doing the same thing, you know? Don't look for something new when the same old shit works just fine. And then the uniqueness comes of how do I market the old shit to make it look good enough to where people actually want to take interest, you know? If you just say, hey, go to the gym 5 days a week, work out for an hour, and eat 1,500 calories. No one wants to hear that shit, you know? My man Devin sent me a voice message. I can use a minute break before I do my first warm-up / working set. I still don't know what to call it, of dumbbell raises. That's the next movement.
Yeah, dude, I love that. I love that you're in the good swing of things. Momentum's going. Looking at those memories is awesome. I'm just thinking back like, wow, a year ago, a lot has happened within a year, and it's just great to look back on those little things. I got an email, as you see right there, dude.
Stretch these
reaching
shoulders out.
800,000 views on the Insta Shred YouTube page.
Ooh.
So
800,000 views on the YouTube.
rolling
Okay.
with us going into 2024 and finishing off in 2023. So let's keep it going. You know, let me know how everything else is going for you, and I will talk to you soon.
Hey, what's up, buddy? I'm actually at the gym hitting my first exercise of the Dorian Yates program. So just finished the shoulder press. I hit 10 clean reps with the 70s. Let me know where you were at with that one. I know we ran a program together just last month or so. So we were kind of rocking similar weights for the most part, but I know shoulders were a weak point, so I'm curious what you hit for that one big bad working set. But yeah, good vibes all around, man. Love the message. Love you to death. Good things to come with future clients, taking care of our current clients, 2024 preparation, and looking forward to Adam hopefully coming on board. Definitely felt the push on his end of wanting to do this, so hopefully he comes through and we can help him get sub 300 pounds, because that's the big goal for him. But yeah, man, happy Monday. I'm looking forward to getting some productive work done, and I'm sure we'll catch up later. All right, we've got dumbbell lateral raise, one warm-up set of 10, and then 6 to 8 reps for that one big bad working set. Shit, man. That's probably the lowest. I don't know if I've ever gone to 6 reps on lateral raises. I brought my straps out, but honestly, I don't think I'm gonna use them. It's one frickin' set. I'm not gonna torch my grip by any means, so just frickin' rock the barehandedness, the raw dog, whatever you got, I don't know, whatever you call it. All right, I'm gonna use 20s for a warm-up. I think I said 12 reps, right? I said 12 reps? I don't fucking know. Yeah, I think it was 12 for the warm-up. 9, 10, 11, 12. Get a good squeeze on those last few. Make it somewhat hard. Alright, see how that feels right there. Alright, that was my warm-up set. It was 10, damn it. Oh my gosh, it was supposed to be 10 reps on the warm-up, but I did 12. No big deal. Felt good. The 11th and 12th rep were worth it. Okay, 6 to 8 reps with the lateral raise using dumbbells. Man, it's so weird thinking about this rep range. 6 to 8 reps. I think I do 40s? 40s? I 40s? For 8? I can do it. I can do 40s for 8 clean reps. Alright? I'm kind of second guessing if I want real strict form, but 40s, you know what, since it's the first week, I'll go 35s. We'll go 35s, do that first. I can always build up. I can always build up to 40s. I can always build up to 40s next week, provided this feels good. Let's go. Slight bend in the elbows. 4. It's good to see you guys. All right, we'll see you around, I'm sure. Yep. All right, couple fun combos there. Always good to see people that have been in here for a long time, or even just people I've never had a conversation with, you know? Most people I would like to think are good people, and it's fun to have a conversation here and there during a workout and not sweat. A little extra rest time in between sets. I don't think it makes enough of a difference to not have the conversation with another individual. Cable one-arm lateral raise. Warm-up set of 10 reps, and then another working set of 6 to 8. Okay, man. I think I'll go with, 6 to 8 is so low. It's so crazy thinking of what weight to use. I'm used to quite a few more reps per set. And to only be doing one set makes a big difference too, because you've got so much more to put into just that one set versus 2, 3, even 4 to 5 sets, which is pretty common. Cable one-arm lateral raise, 10 reps. I'm gonna go with 15. Sounds good to me. A little warm up here, see how she feels. What's up, Brian? Good to see you, man.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
It's really frustrating when
I was gonna say you probably...
I'm struggling and she just comes in, changes her, whips the boob out, re-swaddles her, and she's quiet. Come on,
oh yeah, that's got a shot to the ego a little bit.
But it's mom, so that
yeah.
I can't compete. Baby wants mom. That's
I know what you mean.
Baby's had mom for 9 months.
Yeah,
still wants
yeah.
mom. I'm that strange new man.
Ah, cool, man.
So-
Oh, I'm glad I ran into you because that's, I don't know, I'll be curious to hear as I see you in here just like how it's going, because that's the one fear I have about having our first kid is when you're focused on these other areas of life, I feel like they grow up so quick. It's like you don't want to miss the precious stages.
Yeah.
If you're focused elsewhere, it's like they're only going to be one once, they're only going to be two once.
Yeah. Yep.
And if you're too busy through those stages and like they turn 4 and you're like, all right, I'm here, I'm present, and you missed 4 years, like you don't get them back.
4 years of bonding.
Yeah.
Like learning, and it's like, oh, I'm in your life now. It's like, well, they're not gonna know you.
Yeah, all right. Well, that was a hell of a combo. How ironic that I was just talking about having conversations and then got into the longest one yet. But that's okay, man. First day of the program, I've got plenty of room to move. Weeks after this, I can just minimize the rest time between sets, use the same weight, but it'll be a little more challenging because I'll have had more rest. So, a little less ATP recovery. All right, so I went with 25, so I went up 10 pounds on these, but it's 6 to 8. You know, I've had a good, like, literally 10-minute rest, which isn't ideal. Don't do that. Don't take 10-minute rest periods. But I've had 10 minutes rest. I did 15 for my warm-up set, and now I'm gonna rock 25 for my working set of 6 to 8. Let's give it a go. All right, that felt good. All right. As you can see, I really like to keep a good bend in the elbow. Some people don't like to bend so much, but like when I'm more of like a 45-degree angle, I feel like there's way more emphasis on the actual cap of the shoulder, whereas if I straighten my arm out, there's so much forearm being used. Like you can just try it yourself. Straighten your arm out. You don't have to like fully straighten it, but keep a slight bend in the elbow. Then try and raise out. You can't help but to not feel the top of your forearm just flex almost as hard as it can. And I don't like that because it's taking more away from the shoulder. I want it all in the shoulder. So with that 45-degree angle, I feel like my arms just kind of hook, and I can just, right here, rep it out and keep it in the shoulder. That's where we want the tension, baby. All right, let's see what we got next. All right, next movement's the dumbbell shrug, okay? We've got a warm-up set of 10 and then a working set of 6 to 8 reps, which is heavy as fuck. So I was thinking about using straps, but it's one set of 6 to 8. Like, do I really need straps for one set of 6 to 8? I don't think so, man. All right, warm-up set of 10. God, I think I can max the dumbbell rack out at the hundreds. We only have up to 100s here, so I guess warm-up set of like frickin' 10 with 70s, right? Maybe. Man, filming myself today, I got myself walking all the way back over here so I could be in frickin' frame. Let's get a nice deep stretch with shrugs. Just 10. You ready for this? I just realized that we have frickin' triceps today too. Is that gonna focus? I don't even think that's gonna focus. You see this? I ain't messing around. Look at this. I have frickin' triceps to do today too. All right, it's not gonna focus. There we go, a little bit. You can see. I thought it was just a shoulder day. It's shoulders, trapezius, triceps, and abs. Oh man, the pain of not putting together your own program. You don't even realize what the hell you're doing. You're just jumping right in. I mean, I only decided I was gonna do this as of a day ago, but just totally slipped my mind that triceps was right there in day one. So we're finishing up our last exercise for shoulders, which is gonna be the set of dumbbell shrugs here. I'm gonna max out the rack at 100 pounds, 8 reps. I think I can do that. And then we got 1, 2, 3 tricep exercises and 2, 3 exercises for abs as well. Wow, I don't know why I feel like an idiot. It's not a big deal, but I just totally dropped the ball on seeing that triceps were a part of today. So let's move on to our working set of shrugs. So real quick before I do my working set, so dude, shrugs are already such a short movement. So one, you want to keep your shoulders back. You don't need to slouch forward too much because you're going to hit so much less of your trap. You know, your trap goes from the top of your shoulder here into your mid back. Okay, so the more you have your shoulders back, the more you're going to shrug up and into the bulk of your trap. Okay, so by keeping your shoulders back and shrugging truly upwards and even a little bit backwards, you're going to hit way more of your trap than just slouching forward and shrugging slightly forward like this. So shoulders back, and then the other thing is allow a deep stretch, okay? Let your arms come all the way down because the shrug is already a very short movement in itself. Like there's not much range of motion here, okay? You're moving all of a few inches. So really let the dumbbells pull your arms down away from your ears, so to say. And then when you come up, get a good squeeze at the top. Really get the most out of it. So I'm gonna make the most out of this set of 8 reps because one being a short movement, short range of motion, and two only having one working set, better make the most of this 100-pound shrug set. Let's go. Losing my grip slightly. Couldn't see, but I had to two-hand. I had to two-hand the dumbbell into the rack because that was actually heavier than I thought. It was more taxing on the forearms than the traps, I think. Next exercise is the cable pushdown. So it doesn't designate what kind of attachment to use, okay? Got the attachment right here. So I'm gonna go with the straight bar because I feel like with a mass program like this, or at least my purpose of doing this 4 weeks is to be in a slight surplus with the calories, hopefully put on a little bit of quality muscle mass, fill out, look nice and dense. So in conjunction with that, I'd rather not use the rope because the rope to me is more isolation. You have less power. Each hand is separate. What am I trying to think? Unilateral in a way. It's not a unilateral movement, but you have a free handle with each hand. You just have less power, to whereas if you have a straight bar, you can really use more of the triceps overall. Just have more muscle recruitment. So I'm gonna choose the straight bar since it said cable rope push down. We have a warm-up set of 12 and 10, and then a working set of 6 to 8. So let's grab this short one right here. Rock that for our warm-up set here of 12. 57 and a half, I would think, at least, dude. 12. All right, pretty good, I guess. All right, warm-up set number 1 was with 57 and a half on this dual cable pulley. So this has 2, I'll show you. So you can see there's a difference between a single cable pulley and a dual cable pulley. So because this is a dual, you're gonna have more friction, okay? So dual pulley is different than a single pulley. There's only one, right? One pulley coming up, 2 pulleys. 1, 2, I mean, you could technically call it a third pulley, but I think one of these is just an assister to the other one. That's the true other pulley. And so it creates a different amount of friction than a single pulley. So a single pulley is actually going to be significantly heavier. Like if we came over here, I'll show you this tricep pull down is significantly harder. Like less weight feels like a lot more on that than what we're doing over here with this cable pulley. Irrelevant to what we're doing here, but I just figured I'd point that out because 57 and a half is not going to feel the same on every single pulley machine. I don't know the logistics of exactly the difference between like a single versus dual versus triple pulley, but all I know is the weight feels significantly different even if you have it on the same amount of weight. So warm-up set number 2 for 10 reps, I'm going to do 65, and then we'll see how high we can get for that working set of 6 to 8. I like to keep the elbows in right by my sides here. Make sure my form's tight, chest is out. All right, so I got a predicament here. The full stack is 95. I feel like I can do that for 6 to 8 reps. I really do. But being week 1 of 4, I'll go a little more conservative, just like I did with the lateral raises, which ended up being a good decision. So I'm just gonna move the pin from 65, which was my last warm-up set, to 80. All right, we'll go with 80 for a working set of 6 to 8 reps. I think every working set of 6 to 8 today I've gone on the higher end, just because I'm so used to going slightly higher reps. I think subconsciously I'm like shooting for 8 on every set when I could technically do 6 if I wanted. But I'm gonna shoot for 8 again. I think I can do 80 pounds for 8 reps. 80 for 8. See if we can get it. Get me in the frame there. All right, 80 for 8. Here we go. Coming off my toes there. That was a good set. There was a lot of that in my core. I'm keeping the form tight. Fucking solid weight. All right, so real quick before we move on, just gonna show you how I'm tracking the workouts. So I just write it right in my notes, okay? Sorry, the camera's not focusing the best. I just write it right in my notes of what I did, the exercise followed by the set number, which has been 1 for every freaking exercise today, and then the amount of weight I used. Okay, so I just wrote down straight bar push down, 1 set of 8 reps with 80 pounds, okay, as you can see. So that's just how I track my weightlifting always, just for simplicity purposes. All right, our next one is barbell lying tricep extension. I feel like that's just code for skull crusher. You know, instead of using 4 words, barbell lying tricep extension, why not just say skull crusher? What's up with that, Dorian? So I got a warm-up set of 10 reps. Oh man, I gotta go get a fucking easy bar. Shit, I'll be right back. All right, I grabbed a 50 for a warm-up set of 10. See how this feels. Get my arms back a little more, put a little more emphasis on the tries, make it a little harder. You usually have your arms back at a 45-degree angle like this, or you can have them straight above your head like this. Still do a skull crusher just fine. There's just way less tension at the top here. Like there's no stress on my triceps. Whereas if my arms are straight, the beginning portion of the movement, and I just angled them back at like a 45, there's constant stress on my triceps right now. Like I'm holding this weight up. So I'll do that as a little form of pre-exhaustion. There's a warm-up set. And I like to keep a light grip. If you can see my fingers, not even on the bar. Just cradle it in my palm. I just feel like I work my triceps a little more that way. Sciatica's getting better. We'll put this back and we'll grab our working set weight. All right, working set. I grabbed a 70. So we're gonna keep the arms a little more upright, just to make sure we get some good clean reps here. I usually take my hat off, but otherwise, I couldn't talk to you. Not that I need to mid-set. All right. 3. Alright, pretty fucking good. One more good one in there. Nice and slow. Towards those fibers. Yeah. Oh yeah. A little sexual in the end. Probably didn't need to go that far. Apologies. I'm gonna go put this back. Alright, we're all set to go here. We got, for our last tricep exercise, the cable 1-arm push down. But what's interesting about this is the, oh, you can't even see my face. What's interesting about this is the first exercise of the whole day that doesn't have a warm-up set. So it's just 1 working set of 6 to 8 reps. I look like an idiot over here because I'm just sitting here contemplating what weight to use for cable 1-arm push downs for a set of 6 to 8 reps. Maybe 20? a nice squeeze at the bottom, all the way at the bottom. Come on. Good stretch. Hey, good. Wow, it just feels like nothing even though I pushed. One frickin' set. That's it for shoulders and triceps. And alright, I'll be honest. I've been in here for I think an hour and 15 minutes, which is way too long. Granted, I had quite a few conversations with people in here, which was fine. I enjoyed it. But I have Roman chair sit-up crunch and reverse crunch to do. I don't wanna do them. Just don't wanna do them. So I'm not gonna. Tomorrow is day 2, back. No other hidden surprises like today. I didn't even know we had triceps in today. Tomorrow's back, so I'll throw abs on the end of back day tomorrow. Day 4 is technically chest, biceps, abs, but I can push that off to day 6. So abs twice a week. I like to have as much rest as possible in between the two, especially if you're hitting them pretty hard. So I'll just do abs tomorrow, which is a Tuesday, and then I'll do abs again on Friday or Saturday. Give me 3 days recovery. We'll be Gucci. So I just found a reason and a great excuse to skip abs today. All right, so I almost never look at myself after workouts these days, but I figured if I'm gonna tape a whole workout like I just did, I owe you guys like a little something of like what I look like, right? I ain't no Sam Sulek, even though I was kind of going for the Sam Sulek style workout today. But there's some differences between us. I don't know the exact differences, but there's definitely some differences between me and Sam Sulek. But this is like my worst condition. Like this is where I hang out when I don't care. Been doing a lot of traveling, been doing lots of days where I just screw off and don't track. No, I shouldn't say a lot. Like I'm so intuitive with my eating. I've been doing this for so many years to where I feel like every day I'm within a couple hundred calories of where I should be. But I'm still not perfect by any means. I get my 4 square meals in a day. I always break up my protein. 40 grams, 40 grams, 40 grams, 40 grams. Just try to spread the carbs and fats out evenly to where it's a good proportion. You know, the body can digest and utilize as many of the nutrients as possible. And I'm able to maintain this spot. You know, I feel like it's a good spot. Everyone's always telling me like, oh, you're ripped, dude. But this to me is like, having been a competitive natural bodybuilder before, this is well over what I would want to be with my standards, stage weight wise. Let's get a little back in there. There we go. Is there any Christmas tree action going on? Am I leaning up for the Christmas tree up in the lower back? I don't know. Been posing with my buddy Adrian lately, a really good friend, local friend. He's in quite a few of the videos on the channel anyways. And he wants to do a bodybuilding competition right now. Or he wants to do a bodybuilding competition really bad, but he's a ways out. But he's been interested in like the posing aspect of bodybuilding. He's unsure if he's going to do classic physique or regular physique or bodybuilding. I always tease him. I'm like, dude, you're not doing anything but bodybuilding. The rest is gay. Which isn't true. But it's been fun to kind of pose it out with him more lately. All these poses are tough, man. Like this one, people forget to hit their triceps. Like you can see here, if I just spread my lats and don't hit the triceps, there's nothing there. But when I hit them, there's some good feathering in the triceps, all through the bottom and shit. So there's a lot of little intricacies with posing that make a big difference in how you look. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I feel like such a tool right now, just freaking posing for the camera. Such a tool. There was just a guy in here too. I'm like, I'll wait until he leaves, you know, just in case I get a little self-conscious. But yeah, this is where we're at. Happy with it. 10 or so years of lifting. And this is me at 180 pounds. Natural as can be. Just doing my thing and helping everyone else try to look and feel their best. So thanks for following along the workout today. If you made it this far, you're a true fan, because that was a long workout between the conversations and me jibber-jabbering during sets, between sets. That was a lot of BS for you to take time out of your day and watch, so thank you. And if you like the channel, you liked this video, and if you've seen some others, please subscribe. Let me know what you thought down below. Would love to connect with you personally even. Go to instashred.com, take our body type quiz, shoot me a message on Instagram, Facebook. I run all my pages. I like interacting as a person. So yeah, thank you again. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.